It's Good Friday and I'm hosting Easter dinner here at my house, and I am making pizza Gaina, pizza Rustica some people call it, or pizza di Pasqua, which is a traditional Easter dish that Italian Americans make. So, and I have a friend coming over later to make the filling together, and we always do it every year. It's a tradition in Italian American households. So I'm going to start with some flour. 2 cups of flour, and you can just put it on a board. Half a teaspoon of baking powder, and about a pinch of salt, small pinch of black pepper, and I'm just gonna mix this. Okay, we've got our dry mix, and I'm just gonna make a well in my flour. Next, I'm gonna mix eggs and oil. I'm adding 4 tablespoons of oil to my eggs. So I've got 3 eggs, and I'm just gonna beat it. Oil and eggs together. You want a flavorless oil like vegetable oil, canola oil. Okay, and then I'm gonna add my oil and eggs to my flour, a little at a time. And I'm gonna mix it in with my flour, grabbing it. Sort of like you ever made pasta. You want to make sure you have a well so that your egg mixture doesn't spill out. Slowly mixing it with a fork, and then in your hands. You start to see the dough is coming together as I'm mixing it, and the flour is starting to dissolve into the egg mixture. Okay, we've got the ball of dough, and we're just going to let it rest for a little time before I roll out. Okay, the crust has been resting for about 30 minutes, and it's a little moister. And now I'm going to roll it out, and I'm going to fit it into this little dish. Rolled my crust out so it fits extensively around my dish because it's going to wrap up the sides. Okay, so I'm just going to transfer the crust as a whole over my dish and gently push it in so that it sort of fits. And you can see it's about a 1/4 inch thick. And I'm just pressing it into the grooves of the dish. Pressing down into the corners. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the top off. Just on the top of the dish. And I'm going to save it for lattice strips on the top of my filling. And then I'm just making my cup top a little pretty by just smoothing out the dough at the top. And now it's ready for my filling. Now I'm just going to roll the excess dough out to make some lattice strips for the top. I've rolled the remaining dough about the length of my dish. And I've got my pretty little tool, and I'm just gonna cut out about a 1/2 inch wide strips. So we're about to make the filling. I've got 1/4 inch thick cuts of fresh Italian meats. We've got prosciutto, we've got 3 types of salami, and we've got some mozzarella. And I'm gonna cut them into chunks and make a filling with ricotta and eggs. I'll show that in a second. Okay, 5 eggs and 1 package of 15-ounce ricotta. I like to use paleo. Okay, now we're gonna beat the ricotta and the eggs. We're gonna add the meats and the cheeses chunked up, and we're ready for a filling. The assorted meats, and I'm gonna throw it into the filling. So you can see I cut it up into very small chunks. And I'm gonna throw it all into my ricotta and egg mixture. And I'm gonna stir it up. And then I throw in 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Mix that up again. You don't need to add any salt. The meats kind of naturally salt the filling. And then you pour it into the crust. Beautiful. This is going to cook kind of like a quiche. You can see how nice that is. And then the lattice strips that I cut out, we're just going to place those over the top. Sort of in a crisscross direction. Made a little beaten egg, and I'm just going to brush the beaten egg over the lattice strips, just so it gets a nice little brown effect. All right, this is gonna go in the oven at 350 for an hour. It came out of the oven, 350 for an hour, nice and beautiful. We're gonna cut it. So good. Make it, try it, done.